Saying politics in the CNMI is a little wacky is an understatement. But lately, it's gotten even worse. Politics here has become a perverted penchant for power at any price. The fact that Precinct 1 Representative Ed Propst has no compunction about running for CNMI Congressional delegate is proof of that. Propst isn't just another politician running for the seat being vacated by Gregorio Kilili. He's the very embodiment of the twisted, festering rot at the heart of CNMI politics. And with less than a month to go before final votes are cast, his track record of sexual exploitation resurfaces with a vengeance. It was only 4 years ago, during his re-election campaign to the CNMI House of Representatives, that multiple accusations of Propst's past sexual misconduct surfaced. The pervy politician quickly resigned his seat. But here's where the story goes from disgraceful to downright cringe. Like some Kafkaesque nightmare, the voters of Precinct 1, whether blinded by loyalty or numb to the perversion of decency in politics, returned him to office. As though the real victim in all of this wasn't the students he allegedly manipulated, but Propst himself, overwhelmed by the injustice of having his actions exposed to the light of day. In a masterclass in selective ignorance, the Attorney General's office under Edward Manibusan, with a tepid bureaucratic shrug, concluded that there was insufficient factual information to pursue prosecution. The shallow legal review dismissed the Department of Public Safety report that detailed not only inappropriate relationships with students, but one particularly disturbing incident that involved Propst pulling his junk out and exposing himself to 2 students as he sat in a car. The indecent exposure was just one of many credible details clearly outlined in the DPS report. Sexual relationships by teachers with their students are, legally speaking, considered to be sexual abuse. Propst continues to play the victim, but he's not. His return to politics was less a story of redemption than a reminder of the moral rot that festers at the heart of the Commonwealth's political system. The voters who returned him to office didn't just elect a candidate, they endorsed the very corruption they claimed to despise. The absurdity of this perverted political theater would be comical if it weren't so profoundly disturbing. But make no mistake, this isn't a joke. This isn't mere political cynicism. It's the active perversion of justice and integrity, and Propst thrives on it. His entire career is built on this elaborate charade. The wounded politician, the tireless fighter against corruption, who just so happens to embody the very corruption he rails against. He's a man who wears hypocrisy not as a stain, but as a badge of honor, as though being caught in the lie is the ultimate proof of his political savvy. In the end, what credibility does Ed have to speak on behalf of the people when he's spent 2 careers evading the consequences of his own action? The answer, of course, is none. The people deserve better than this. We deserve a leader who embodies the values of integrity, accountability, and justice, not a man who has spent most of his adult life dodging all 3.